The day our freedoms died. Thank you for tuning into Game Changer TV. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where every day we're telling it like it is. Today is July 31st, 2025, and the name of this video is A New Day in Healthcare, Brave New World. We're all old enough to remember that song, Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. The day the music died. July 31st, 2025 is the day the nail in the coffin was put on our freedoms. Y'all might need to get a notebook out on this. Let's jump into it. So, y'all remember February 13th, 2025, Trump signed by executive order, y'all, and I've never seen a president. I can remember all the way back to Nixon. And I've never seen a president rule by executive order. Congress and the Senate has not done very much since Trump came back into office. He has just signed executive orders into existence. He has remade our country via executive orders. So this executive order was Make America Healthy Again. First of all, is it ever a good idea for our health, every single person on the planet's health, to go underneath a government agency? That's like an insurance company that owns a car and that insures a car. They have more right over your car than you've got over your car. So why would every single person in the nation want to go underneath with their health care under Make America Healthy Again, when we just came out of COVID where our health was underneath the government? And now there is an official department that our health is going underneath the government. Let's get into this. Now, this was June 9th, 2025. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. removes all current members of CDC Vaccine Advisory Committee. The Trumpers are praising, excited, happy. And I just had a conversation with a very good friend of mine, a brother in the Lord, who I sent him the information about XRP having the implantable RFID chip. And he said, oh, wow. And this is the cryptocurrency that they think is going to be the world currency. I said, yes. And he's friends with Trump. And my friend said, oh, well, I don't think Trump would be involved in it. Yeah, the groundwork's being laid, but whatever president's going to come after Donald Trump is going to be the one that brings it. Donald Trump is the one that's writing all the executive orders, calling himself the crypto president, calling himself the father of the vaccine. He's not going to want to pass the torch, and he's already talking about finding a way for a third term. So let's get back into this. People are putting their hope in the wrong person. Put your hope in God. So Trump created the Make America Healthy Again Commission Department for for Health and Human Services that Robert F. Kennedy is over. Robert F. Kennedy just got rid of the committee on COVID, so it sounds like it's a good thing, right? But in my last video, I talked about when you dismantle something, something else will fill the void. Let's get into this. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. ends COVID vaccine recommendation. That sounds good too, doesn't it? All this is going to come back together. HHS launches $500 million universal vaccine initiative. So while everybody's all excited, Robert F. Kennedy seems to be releasing his grip, the grip that's on America over the COVID. Well, at the same time, his department is launching a $500 million universal vaccine initiative. The United States government has unveiled a plan to develop broad-spectrum vaccines for pandemic-prone viruses. I guess the new virus is going to be something other than COVID. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has launched a $500 million initiative to accelerate the development of universal vaccines targeting viruses with pandemic potential, including influenza, coronaviruses, respiratory RSV viruses, and others. The program, dubbed Generation Gold Standard, will rely on beta, I don't know how to say it, PBL inactivated whole virus platform. Now, I hope y'all are writing some of this down so when this video's over, you can look at it and comprehend everything that was just talked about. Universal vaccines have eluded scientists for years. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is betting this approach will succeed. Trump's HHS and NIH, the same people that brought us the COVID vaccines, are planning to invest $500 million in a killed whole virus approach to universal vaccines, including such vaccines for flu and COVID. The U.S. launches next generation universal vaccine platform for pandemic prone viruses. May 2nd, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the NIH have announced the launch of Generation Gold Standard, a next generation universal vaccine platform designed to combat pandemic prone viruses. Don't y'all love how Trump's putting gold on everything? The gold standard, the gold card, the golden era. All that glitters is not gold. July 28, 2025. Why you may get future vaccines via dental floss. So while they're talking about new, leniency on the COVID vaccines, this is from July 28, 2025, okay, just 3 days ago. While they're talking about being more lenient on the traditional vaccines, there's other methods of the vaccine that is coming. Researchers have demonstrated a novel vaccine delivery method in animal model using dental floss to introduce vaccine via the tissue between the teeth and the gums. Can you believe? Mucosal services are important because they are a source of entry for pathogens such as influenza and COVID. However, if the vaccine is given by injection, antibodies are primarily produced in the bloodstream throughout the body, and relatively few antibodies are produced on mucosal surfaces. And there's where the promise of dental floss comes in. 3 days ago, 1 day ago, 2 days ago, dental floss vaccine. Could dental floss be the next vaccine method? COVID and flu vaccines could soon come in dental floss form. So while everybody thinks RF Kennedy Jr. is easing up on COVID vaccines, they're just going to be different. So when you think you're going to the dentist to get your teeth cleaned and the dental hygienist puts dental floss in your mouth, it could be a vaccine. Now, this is from July 22nd, 2025, NIH. So a week ago. The same people that brought us the COVID vaccines. Floss-based vaccination targets the gingival sulcus for mucosal and systemic immunization. Imagine if your dental floss that you get at the drugstore, at Walmart, has been spiked with a vaccine on it. Do y'all see how crazy this is about to get? It'll be get your vaccine by any means possible, by hook or by crook. This is from June 2023 during the COVID. Eye drop vaccination gives immunity against SARS-CoV-2. Imagine going to your eye doctor and then putting little droppy drops in your eye. And it's a vaccine. I typed in, do dental floss vaccines have gold nanoparticles? A recent study published by Nature Biomedical Engineering investigated the use of dental floss as a method for vaccine delivery. Researchers demonstrated that dental floss coated with vaccine components, including those using gold nanoparticles. Do eye drop vaccines have gold nanoparticles? Current eye drop vaccines are still in early research and development phases. But y'all remember AstraZeneca is building a big old huge manufacturing facility, $500 billion, I think, and for research and development. Current eye drop vaccines are still in early research and development phases, and they are exploring various technologies, including nanotechnology. Specifically, gold particles have been investigated for their potential in developing eye drop based therapies. And NIH said 10 days ago, eye drop vaccination and immunization route with promises for effective responses to pandemics. And if you don't want them on your dental floss, your vaccines on your dental floss, or if you don't want your vaccines in your eye doctor, if you don't want to get it from your dentist, if you don't want to get the vaccine from your eye doctor, you can get it at your local grocery store. Grow and eat your own vaccines. This was from September 16, 2021, from the University of California. The future of vaccines may look more like eating a salad than getting a shot in the arm. University of California at Riverside scientists are studying whether they can turn edible plants like lettuce into mRNA vaccine factories. You go to NIH, they're called edible vaccines, and they can be put in tomatoes, potatoes, lettuce, and look at this. Gold nanoparticles. I'm going somewhere with this. Just hold on. So from your floss with vaccines on it, your eye drops with vaccines on it, your lettuce and fruits and vegetables with vaccines on it, and they've all got gold nanoparticles in it. Could COVID suppository vaccines with gold nanoparticles? Several promising avenues for COVID-19 vaccine development incorporate gold nanoparticles, including those focusing on mucosal immunity and alternative delivery methods like suppositories. So if you don't want it in your eyes, and you don't want it in your teeth, and you don't want it in your arm, there's another place they can give you the gold nanoparticles. As my deceased daddy would say, you know where you can stick those gold nanoparticles and it won't be nowhere on me. This is an aerosol vaccine from planes. The feasibility of aerosol vaccination on humans. Okay, now up here it says reports about delivering aerosol vaccines to humans from planes are false and part of a debunked conspiracy theory. But NIH, who's supposed to be trust the science, in 2003 had already released a report about the feasibility of aerosol vaccinations in humans. Do aerosol vaccinations have gold nanoparticles? Yes, research is being conducted on using gold nanoparticles in aerosol vaccinations. Will it be from a plane? Gold nano, what's it say? It says gold nanoparticles in the IoT. Oh, I meant to show you this in the feasibility of aerosol vaccination in humans. Several thousand human subjects have been aerosol vaccinated over a period of many years in Russia. This is aerosol spraying of vaccines that have gold nanoparticles. Although some basic information is still lacking, this method has already been used successfully in large populations and has therefore passed the phase of initial feasibility evaluation. And they have gold nanoparticles. Gold nanoparticles and IoT, the Internet of Bodies. Gold nanoparticles are highly versatile nanomaterials with unique optical and chemical properties, making them a promising technology for various Internet of Things applications. Gold nanoparticles in vaccines. Gold nanoparticles in vaccines are increasingly utilized in vaccine development due to their ability to enhance antigen stability, improve immune responses, and act as an adjuvant, offering a promising platform for various infectious diseases and even cancer vaccines. Gold nanoparticles, they are tunable. So put this gold nanotechnology in your body and they are tunable. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? And it works with the Internet of Things. Can injected gold nanoparticles in a human connect them to the Internet of Things? In theory, yes. Injected gold nanoparticles that are going to be in all the ways to get vaccines can connect you to the IoT, potentially play a role in connecting a human to the Internet of Things, particularly within the realm of health monitoring. Now we're talking about Trump's Make America Healthy again. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says he wants everybody in America wearing wearables within 4 years. Could injected gold nanoparticles work with wearables? Yes, injected gold nanoparticles show significant promise for working in conjunction with wearables. The gold nanoparticles that can connect you to the Internet of Things will work with wearables that Robert F. Kennedy, under Trump's direction to make America healthy again, wants to put a wearable on every single person in America that can connect you to the IoT through the gold particles that's in the vaccines. Is gold nanoparticles involved in transhumanism? Yes. Gold nanoparticles are associated with the goals of transhumanism, which seeks to enhance human capabilities and overcome biological limitations through technology. Are y'all ready for what they're about to unleash?
If you're in a position of control and of power, of ultimate power, why would you want people to demand a vaccine? Well, it's because something's in the vaccine that you want people to then have as a part of their body. Well, what is in the vaccine that you want everybody to have inside their body? It is a DNA manipulator or modifier. I mentioned earlier third strand DNA. There is already, and you can find this on the internet, in existence, a third strand of DNA constructed of silicon. Again, we go back to the silicon chip in computers. The third strand is made of silicon and is also coated in gold. If you talk about nanotechnology and if you're in a position of control and of power, of ultimate power, why would you want people to demand a vaccine? Well, it's because something's in the vaccine that you want people to then have as a part of their body.
How sobering is this? Advances and significances of nanoparticles in semiconductor applications. Can the human body be a semiconductor? While not a traditional semiconductor like silicon, the human body does exhibit semiconductive properties that can be used as a medium for electrical signal transfer. The body's internal fluids, rich in ions, conduct electricity. The principle is utilized in human body communication technology. The human body as a semiconductor with injected gold nanoparticles. Gold nanoparticles and the potential for semiconducting human body. While the idea of a human body functioning as a semiconductor in the same way as silicon or other traditional semiconductor materials is a complex and largely theoretical concept at present, researchers are exploring how injecting gold nanoparticles might influence the human body's electrical properties and open the door to various biomedical applications. Does smart dust have gold nanoparticles? Yes, smart dust, developed by Tittle et al. And described as research papers, is composed of silica coated gold nanoparticles. These gold nanoparticles act as sensitive probes for monitoring local chemical reactions and environmental changes in real time. What can smart dust do with these gold nanoparticles? Smart dust, consisting of tiny millimeter-sized wireless sensors, can autonomously collect and transmit data from their environment, enabling a wide range of applications, including environmental monitoring, infrastructure health tracking. Now, y'all write that down because it's about to come up in a few minutes in this video. Smart dust can be used in health tracking, covert surveillance, and even advanced health monitoring. In smart dust, what is the role of the gold nanoparticles? In the context of smart dust, gold nanoparticles play a crucial role as highly functionized components within these microscopic sensors. Self-assembly. The surface of the gold nanoparticles can be readily modified with various organic and biological ligands, including DNA, and to enable their self-assembly into more complex and organized structures. The gold nanoparticles is self-assembly. In essence, gold nanoparticles empower smart dust with improved sensitivity, selectivity, and a wider range of applications. The gold nanoparticles in the wax, in the dental floss, in the eye drops, on the food, in the air, in the smart dust, are all self-assembling, and it can use the body to conduct electricity. This is going to get wild. And it can be used for tracking. In transhumanism, what is the role of gold nanoparticles? In the context of transhumanism, which aims to enhance human capabilities and improve the human condition through technology, gold nanoparticles hold significant potential and are being actively researched for their diverse applications. Can 5G energize implanted gold nanoparticles in humans? There is ongoing research into the potential of electromagnetic fields, including those used in 5G, to interact with and potentially influence gold nanoparticles in humans, particularly for medical applications like cancer therapy. Like Neuralink is only for the mentally, unable to paralyze people or whatever. What role could gold nanoparticles injected into a human have with an implanted RFID chip? It is theoretically possible for injected gold nanoparticles to play a role in conjunction with an implanted RFID chip, particularly in the realm of advancing biosensing or potential therapies. So everybody thinks Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is wonderful because he's easing up on the traditional COVID vaccines, but there's so many more ways that are coming with the same technology in it that is going to merge man and machine underneath the Make America Healthy Again initiative by executive order under Donald Trump, and every single person on the planet, their health care is going underneath a government agency. And they are going to do as they will. Y'all, this is the same government. Trump calls himself the father of the vaccine. He's the one that secured the original pre-filled syringes through his Department of Defense from AppyJet. He calls himself the father of the vaccine. This is where the whole thing started under Trump's first administration. But people seem to forget and want to lay it all at Biden's feet. It started with Trump. And now the same person, Trump, who brought in Fauci and Dr. Bricks and the 15 days to stop it, to flatten the curve, who put everybody on lockdowns. And that was not with a Make America Healthy Again one-stop shop that was easy to control. Now every single person is going under Make America Healthy Again, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants to put wearables on people that's going to work with gold nanoparticles that's in all of the vaccines that will connect people to the Internet of Things. Are gold nanoparticles involved in the Internet of Things? Yes, gold nanoparticles are finding increasing involvement in the development of various technologies relevant to the Internet of Things. Will gold nanoparticles work with AI? You know, Trump that just unleashed AI, unrestricted, unrestrained, into the population and into the education. Yes, gold nanoparticles are being explored and actively researched in combination with artificial intelligence and machine learning for various applications. Is gold nanoparticles it's gold nanoparticles part of transhumanism? Yes, gold nanoparticles could potentially be part of the transhumanist movement. Are y'all ready? The next generation of the Internet of Bodies could meld technology and human bodies together. Can gold nanoparticles be used in Internet of Bodies? Yes, gold nanoparticles are being explored and researched for various applications within the Internet of Bodies due to their unique properties. Can gold nanoparticles be remote controlled? That would be inside your body. Yes, gold nanoparticles can be remotely controlled with various applications. Gold nanoparticles can remote control the brain. Gold nanoparticles can remote control the brain. It's just the latest twist in nanotechnology that is using gold as medicine.
Mind control with nanoparticles, a giant leap. This is a breakthrough that could change how we understand and treat neurological diseases. In an amazing scientific breakthrough, researchers have neurological diseases. In an amazing scientific breakthrough, researchers have managed to control the brains of mice using nanoparticles. These tiny particles can be precisely directed to influence brain cell activity. Imagine being able to manipulate brain activity with precision never seen before. This could revolutionize the treatment of disorders like Parkinson's, epilepsy, and depression. This discovery opens a new chapter in neuroscience, with implications that are both exciting and concerning. The ability to intervene in the human brain raises significant ethical and scientific questions. The ability to control the brain remotely, although still in its early stages, raises profound questions about the future of science and ethics. How far should we go in our quest for knowledge and control? Nanoparticles, microscopic structures, act as messengers that carry instructions to the brain. These particles are designed to attach to specific neurons, the cells responsible for transmitting information in the brain. Using external magnetic fields, scientists can activate or deactivate groups of neurons, thus controlling specific behaviors in mice.
And yesterday, Trump's White House and CMS to launch Health Tech Ecosystem Initiative to expand use of digital health with a focus on consumers. Now, digital health, is it going to be digital passports, digital health passports?
Announcement. Today's announcement We take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age, something that is absolutely vital. You got to do it. Moving from clipboards and fax machines into a new era of convenience,
How long have we been away from clipboards and fax machines?
profitability and speed, and frankly, better health for people. We're officially launching the CMS digital health tech ecosystem to give healthcare providers, insurers, and software companies the tools they need to empower Americans with a 21st century experience on health. The key breakthrough we've made is getting many of the biggest names in the healthcare and technology to agree to industry-wide standards for electronic medical records. Representatives from Apple, Google, Samsung, Amazon, OpenAI, Anthropic, Epic, Oracle, Athena, Health, Noom, and that's not a bad group of people. Wow. The new standards will also make it simple for patients to access their own personal health records. I don't want to see mine, please. I don't want to see. Instead of filling out the same tedious paperwork at every medical appointment, patients will simply be able to grant their doctors access to their records at the push of a button. Just a button and you're all set, and all the information the doctor needs will be immediately transmitted. The system will be entirely opt-in, and there will be no centralized government-run database, which everyone is always concerned about. With today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age, something that is absolutely vital.
Now, this is from 22 hours ago. There's David Sachs, the AI crypto czar, sitting right next to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. President Trump's going to be there, and Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz promotes new effort to increase patients' access to medical records. Now, we're all going underneath this one department. Now, pay attention to this.
Dave, thank you. And now, Dr. Oz, we'll take it from here. Mr. President, today we are making American health technology remarkably great again. We've always been into leadership. David's right. I called him early on after the president offered me the position and him as well. And we began brainstorming on this. Secretary Kennedy from day one appreciated the crisis that we're in.
So the AI czar and Dr. Oz, who's over Medicaid, were getting advice and consulting with Robert F. Kennedy under Make America Healthy Again. Why would AI be involved in it? But wait till y'all see how this comes together.
And how we needed to address it. So today is a remarkably important day, one that you will remember, I believe, for years to come for three reasons. Yes, it is the 60th birthday of Medicare and Medicaid. The first patient, by the way, was Harry S. Truman. Although Lyndon Johnson signed the legislation 60 years ago today, not far from here. It is not just the ability to bring 60 of the top incumbents and insurgents in health technology, hospital systems, insurance companies, electronic medical record companies, AI companies, the big players. You're all here, and we appreciate that very much. But Mr. President, you used the power to convene. That's fundamentally what I think the president has been able to offer us. And Secretary Kennedy offered us as a group some examples, but there are more to come. And I want to touch on some of these. But first, I've got to do what doctors often have to do, which is to tell you the truth, even if you don't want to hear it. So here goes. These beautiful programs, which are the backbone of the social network, the social support system of this country, the safety net, they're flailing. They're flailing for a bunch of reasons. Medicaid is a unique entity. It has deviated from its original purpose by drift and by design. The One Big Beautiful Bill, the OB3 law, was elegant for that very reason. And President, I don't know if you remember this, I can share this, but he called me once and he was upset at me because I was going too strident at something. And he said, this is about fraud, waste, and abuse. That's what we're interested in doing. And that's exactly what the One Big Beautiful Bill accomplished. And it especially did it to save Medicaid.
The One Big Beautiful Bill to stop waste, fraud, and abuse. Is it feasible that an implanted RFID chip could fight waste, fraud, and abuse? Potentially, yes. RFID implants could contribute to fighting fraud, waste, and abuse. Could implanted RFID chip be used for medical records? Yes, implanted radio frequency identification chips could be used for accessing medical records. And we know Dr. Oz is pro RFID chip. Y'all, everything changed today.
The latest breakthroughs. Turns out one of the biggest discoveries is actually this tiny. See how small that is? This little chip may be the next big thing, and it sounds like it's right from a sci-fi movie, but people all over the world are implanting these into their wrists. So I asked my producer, Dean, to find out more about this cutting-edge technology and what it could mean for your health.
Whether it's our smartphones, our watches, our fitness trackers, or our Bluetooth headphones, it's clear that technology is not just part of our lives, it's running them. It's how we buy things, watch things, how we date, stay safe, even how we travel. Paul? Cool. We're so attracted to our devices that they're basically becoming a part of our bodies. But what if they really could become a part of our bodies? Well, guess what? They can. Meet the RFID microchip. This tiny chip, which can be implanted into your wrist, yes, I did say wrist, uses short-range radio frequency identification, similar to the tech used to track your pets or your phone. Once implanted in your body, it could identify you as you pass through the airport, open the door to your home. It could even be used to buy groceries at the supermarket. Now, your driver's license, passport, keys, and wallet are all inside your body, contained in something the size of a grain of rice. I know it might sound like sci-fi, but it's not. 10,000 people have already been chipped, and the number is growing. The possibilities are limitless, especially when it comes to your health. Imagine you're rushed to the hospital without any identification, but with just one scan of your chip, doctors know your name, date of birth, medical history, insurance, blood type, allergies, even the medication you're taking. This chip in your wrist won't just change your life, one day it might just save it. And that's why this little RFID microchip is the next big thing.
But the man who helped invent the RFID chip says he was not a Christian when he designed the RFID chip, and he became a Christian afterward, and he said God showed him that the RFID chip would be the mark of the beast.
Last night I talked about my involvement in the development of a little microchip implant. And many people have already taken that microchip implant. The news media has talked about it being a good thing. And they will tell you that it's a good thing to have this. Your children won't ever get lost again. They won't be able to give you the wrong medication. They won't be able to, you won't be able to lose this thing. And so the plan is underway that you will receive it. I would be remiss if I came to you and didn't tell you that God's word says, don't you take it. No matter how nice they make it sound. Tonight in the Science of Technology, I'm going to be showing you some things. I want you to understand that there is a conditioning that is done in people.
And here we've got Trump announcing we're moving into digital information, digital records, where we can just show our digital records in a digital kind of way. And we've got Dr. Oz sitting next to him, who is pro RFID chip. And their keyword is to fight waste, fraud, and abuse. And the RFID chip can fight waste, fraud, and abuse. The conditioning is happening. And the FDA has already approved, for medical reasons, the RFID chip implants. Yes, the FDA has approved at least one human RFID implant, specifically the VeriChip, for medical applications. Are y'all ready? So that was in 2004. Let's go see. NIH. FDA approves implantable chip to access medical records. So it's already been approved. And we talked about that an RFID chip is considered a wearable. Is an RFID chip a wearable? Yes, an RFID chip can be incorporated into wearable technology. Why is it considered a type of a wearable? Designed for continuous use like other wearables, smartwatches, fitness trackers, implanted RFID chips are designed to be present on or in the user's body. And he causeth all to receive a mark. And there was Trump and Dr. Oz talking about a digital way to share your information with your healthcare provider. And Dr. Oz has already promoted the RFID chip to show the doctor your medical records. We saw that in the clip. Now, we know Trump is unleashing the digital currency, and that's about to explode. We're about to go cashless pretty soon. Could injected gold nanoparticles somehow be used with universal basic income? In principle, yes, it is theoretically possible to combine technologies such as injected gold nanoparticles and RFID for tracking in relation to universal basic income. Elon Musk said in the future, everybody would have a universal basic income.
Here's a question. Would you let someone implant a microchip into your hand if you would receive $2,000 a month in return for getting a chip put in your hand? You heard me right. We'll give you universal basic income, basically, 2,000 euros, $2,000 a month, if you allow us to put a microchip in your hand. That's exactly what's about to happen as part of the rollout of the central bank digital currencies. It's a carrot for them to rope you into this mess. We'll get to that part of the story in a minute, the chip implantation process, not the corn chip, as Dan said in our chat, but a actual metallic tracking chip. But a new report just published this week by the Bank for International Settlements explains how our new digital money system is about to work. We've been warning you that this was coming for a long time on this show. Also, we weren't the only ones predicting this. It was predicted in a little book, you might have heard of it, called The Bible, The Mark of the Beast. For one thing, this is how this new system would operate. According to them, the Bank for International Settlements, the new reserve currency, forget the dollar as you know it, basically. This will be the new reserve currency, which is how they want to label it and how they are labeling it. This would be used to settle all transactions. As everyone moves away from the U.S. dollar right now, this seems like perfect timing to be moving to this new system. So
and I've shown it a lot on this channel, that Ripple XRP already has the implantable RFID chip for payments. Will Health and Human Services' new universal vaccine that RFK Jr. is wanting to bring in, will it have gold nanoparticles? The goal of the universal vaccine is to provide broad-spectrum protection against multiple strains of a virus, potentially eliminating the need for seasonal updates. Nanotechnology, including the use of gold nanoparticles, have been explored as a potential strategy for achieving the goal. Implanted RFID chip interoperability framework. The use of implanted RFID chips, particularly in the context of healthcare and the Internet of Things, requires robust interoperability frameworks to ensure seamless data exchange, security, and privacy. So here we are, a new day in our world. If we were in biblical times of the prophets, this would be a time to put on sackcloth and ashes and grieve and repent where we are going. Everything is about to change, and it's about to ramp up quick. And you're going to have family members turn against you. You're going to have children turn against you. People you thought loved you with all their heart are going to turn against you if you stand for Jesus. There's going to be conflict in the home. Let's go get it. We got to go get it. No, we can't go get it. But the Bible says that Moses chose to suffer with the people of God than to enjoy all of the pleasures that he could have had being called the son of Pharaoh. Choices are about to have to be made. Would you let them chip you for $2,000 a month? My soul is not for sale. My soul, that would be too high of a price to pay, my soul in an eternal hell. And that is not a price I'm going to pay in the name of Jesus. Choices are about to have to be made. Costs are going to have to be counted. And you're going to have to cast your lot in one way or the other. Are you going to stand for Jesus no matter what it costs you? Or are you going to turn your back on Jesus and the Bible and what's right and follow the beast system that is going to completely alter you, control you, brainwash you? You all know Harari said free will is over. And now we know why he can say that with such conviction. Y'all keep y'all's mind and hearts on Jesus because it's about to get real. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate the content that I bring on the channel, would you prayerfully consider supporting the channel? Thank you.